this morning. Not very early, 5:45. Definitely still dark out. The sun's starting to peek out, but I am on my way to the hospital for a scheduled appointment. So it's not an emergency, and it's not with Ainsley. Our foster love is having some imaging done today for which he has to be put to sleep for. And so I get a lot of questions like, man, your kids have problems. Well, as foster parents, our kind of niche in that is taking drug or alcohol addicted newborns. And so there's a lot of things that can crop up, like from a medical perspective for babies that have either not had a lot of prenatal care or were born addicted to drugs or alcohol. There's just like continuing long lasting effects sometimes. And so we need some imaging done today. So we are gonna do that. And so far, Little Love has not realized that I have not fed him this morning. He got to have Pedialyte at 4 a.m., but that was it. And so I'm afraid we're gonna have a cranky baby, but that's one of the reasons they put you like first on the list. So I was able to stay at my parents' last night, and that was really good to see my dad, and my mom was out of town, but that was really good to see my dad. And now we're just gonna go to this, and it is supposed to be an in and out appointment. However, last time after anesthesia, he had a little bit of trouble, so we ended up having to be admitted. So I'm prepared to be admitted if need be, but I'm hoping we get to go home today. And no ouchies, it's just pictures, so he'll be asleep for pictures, but you know, this mama heart always still gets a little nervous with anesthesia. Anyway, I am gonna get my coffee as soon as I get to the hospital because Children's Dallas is amazing and they put in a Starbucks, and I have a cooler with my stuff. Girl, I don't come unprepared. I have not weighed myself this morning because obviously I'm not at home, but yesterday I was 151.8, so I was over 10 pounds down from the start of my 8-week challenge. I have not made any choice meals in that whole 4 weeks so far, and so I'm really proud of myself. And today is gonna be no different. This is a day when schedules might get a little crazy and things might get a little stressful, but I'm just gonna be very mindful. I'm gonna stop, challenge, and choose. I might end up having 2 lean ingredients today. We're just gonna see. I think I have a client / coach that I'm gonna meet for lunch if we get to leave. And if he's doing okay, of course. So I might eat a salad or something for lunch with her and then still have dinner with my family tonight. So I'm just gonna bring you guys along kind of a day in the life to sort of show you that even when things get a little nuts, you totally are capable of staying on plan and making huge progress towards your goals and remembering what your why is. So welcome back to the vlog, Wet Family Fit. But there's the Starbucks, and I know to mobile order because I've been here, done this enough. So let's go get our order. All right, y'all, we are just in a room waiting for him to be taken back. Thankfully, he finally fell asleep because he is super hangry. Because he's having anesthesia, he couldn't eat after midnight, and the Pedialyte at 4 a.m. did not satiate him. So I'm just sitting here kind of catching up on some social media, drinking my coffee. I can assure you there will be more than one coffee today. Probably fueling number 2 if we're being honest, but that's what happens when I did not get a good night's sleep. I had to wake him up at midnight to feed him and then wake him up at 4 to give him Pedialyte. So my sleep was pretty interrupted. But anyways, I'm not gonna let that define my day. I'm gonna have a great day and stick to the plan because I feel too good not to. So anyways, I hope you guys are having a fabulous day as well. I am having fueling number 2 of the day, another coffee, and I decided I wanted to chew something since I've now been up for like 5 hours. I'm having my Optavia healthy snack, cheddar and sour cream popcorn, and I'm waiting for them to come tell me he's done. He's been back there about an hour and a half. I'm just working on some reels and some YouTube. I'm going to share with you, Optavia fans, how to have your coffee from Starbucks. You are going to go and order a venti cup of ice with a double shot of espresso. You are then going to take your Optavia decadent chocolate brownie and you're going to put it in 8 ounces of unsweet vanilla almond milk. Now, I'm on the go today, so I have it in a disposable water bottle, 8 ounces of unsweet vanilla almond milk. I prefer the almond. You are going to carefully open your brownie just in the corner and pour it into the milk and shake figures. Don't forget to count the 8 ounces of unsweet vanilla almond milk as either one condiment or half of a healthy fat on plan. Pour your mixture right over the top of your espresso. Stir to combine. Now for my personal favorite part, you are going to top it with 2 tablespoons of sugar-free heavy whipping cream for your healthy fat. Enjoy! Guys, well, we are all done. Little man over here did super well, and we were able to go home instead of having to be admitted, which is awesome. Alright, y'all, we are done. We got back to the car. Little man did amazing, so we didn't have to be admitted, which was awesome. I am going to go meet a client and coach for lunch. We're going to go to Jason's Deli, so I'll show you when I get there, and then we are going to head on home. So make it a good day. Right, so we're at lunch. I'm with one of my YouTube followers actually, so that's super fun. I won't put her on camera if she doesn't want to be on camera, but I have a salad bar from Jason's Deli, and then you just order a side of chicken. I brought some dressing myself that I know is low carb, and then I got an unsweet tea, and I put in a Crystal Light, low battery. I put in a Crystal Light packet. The chicken wasn't quite 6 ounces, so I got a couple of hard-boiled eggs as well, and this will be a perfect, complete lean and green. All right, guys, well, we are back from the hospital, and I'm gonna show you a super quick dinner that is delicious every time. As you'll notice, I am having 2 lean and greens today. Sometimes that's just what happens. It keeps me in fat burn, but it lets me feel like I get to eat a little bit more, and it's better than stress eating. So I'm just gonna take a bowl, and I'm gonna put in, I drained, this is a 12.5 ounce can of chicken. I drained it, and I'm just gonna use a fork to shred it up. By the way, this recipe is gonna make 2 chicken crusts, one for me, one for my husband. This is gonna end up allowing for 1.5 ounces of cheese to still go on top of my pizza as part of my lean, but this is gonna be the majority of my lean for my lean and green tonight. Okay, so I'm gonna put that whole 12 ounce can of chicken in, and I'm gonna make sure it's really shredded up. Okay, next step, so simple guys. I'm gonna add 2 eggs. This also contributes towards the lean for each meal. And I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese. So like I said, this is 2 servings, so it's 2 tablespoons per serving for a condiment. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Something magic happens when you mix all these ingredients together. It sticks and it works really well. So I'm just gonna take one of my forks and mix the egg, the Parmesan cheese, and the chicken together. And what we're gonna do once this is mixed is we're actually gonna form it into our pizza crust. So there are no carbs in this, right? Because it's just chicken, eggs, and cheese, which is really nice. The carbs come from the veggies that you put on top and or your marinara sauce that you use. So I'm just gonna make sure this is really shredded up well, because the more shredded it is, the less lumpy it gets. Make sure it's really mixed up. And last time I made the mistake of not spraying I have a silicone mat, but I'm still gonna spray it with olive oil spray, which is almost out. I'm gonna have to throw this one away. And I'm just gonna split this in half and make one pizza with half and the other pizza with the other half. And I'm gonna try to do it as evenly as possible. I will show a picture. I'm just gonna flatten these out into probably like 8 or 10 inch circles. Then I'm gonna bake them at 400 for 15 minutes, check them, and they might still have to bake some more after that, but I will take a picture of what they look like when they come out, and we're gonna top it with our favorite toppings, and it's gonna be a super quick lean and green meal. All right, guys, so I just pulled these chicken crust pizzas out of the oven. This is what they should look like. It should be a pizza crust. Isn't that amazing? So I cooked them for 15 minutes plus 8, so 23 minutes. So I did it kind of a long time, but I wanted them crispy. So we're gonna go a couple different routes here with the pizza. So my husband prefers buffalo chicken pizza, and I prefer more of an Italian kind of marinara style. So I'm gonna do a 1/4 cup of Rayo's that counts as one of my greens. Guys, I will tell you that I am not terribly concerned about getting enough greens in tonight because I already had a salad for lunch today. If I was only eating this as my only lean and green meal in the day, then I would put more greens on, but these are just more veggies on my like Primavera pizza. So I did a 1/4 cup of that, and then I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons of hot sauce onto my husband's, and that'll count as a condiment for him, whereas my sauce counted as part of my green. And I'm just gonna eyeball it because I've made it enough before to know. But do as I say, not as I do. You should measure it. All right, so I'm gonna just spread his out all over the pizza. And there's mine. Now I've got 1.5 ounces of cheese. Let's do it. Let's do mine first. I've got 1.5 ounces of mozzarella cheese, and I'm just gonna spread it evenly. You don't need a huge thick layer. I just don't put too much cheese on it because you don't want to go over on your lean. And then I've got some multicolored bell peppers that I just sliced. Like, I would say it's less than 1/4 cup. So anyway, I've got some red onion, which I'm going to count as one of my condiments. Okay. Then I've got a lot of mushrooms. I have like, well, not a lot. I have 3 mushrooms cut up. So as you can see, this isn't going to be a full green, but that's okay because I had salad earlier. If you needed to add a lettuce salad on the side because this was your only meal in the day for lean and green, then you could do that. And I do like to put a little more Parmesan. Actually, I'm doing feta on mine. I forgot. I'm going to do a little bit of feta cheese, 1 tablespoon. It's regular fat feta as a condiment. If I wasn't using feta, I would do a tablespoon of Parmesan on top. And then I have a little bit of basil and cilantro that was like freeze dried. And I'm just gonna sprinkle that over the top. And then I also like to top mine with a little bit of crushed red pepper flakes, which you could count as your 3rd condiment. So that's my pizza. And then for Brenton's, he's a much simpler guy. I have 1.5 ounces of cheese for him. And because he doesn't have to hold all the veggies on, because he's not barely putting any veggies, just jalapeno, I'm not gonna put any extra cheese on top of his either. So I just have some sliced jalapeno, which as you can see does not count as a full green, because it's not enough. And he won't eat lettuce, so he'll have to find some green beans or something. Anyways, I'm gonna put these 2 things under the broiler for 5 minutes and then I'll check them. I'll show you what they look like when they come out.